All right, welcome to another episode of Cowboy Cooking with BMac and Garry. As you can see, we're still out here at the Cuero Turkeyfest, and we're going to make a pecan pie. And we're going to start from scratch. And Leigh Ann is going to show us how to do it. Leigh Ann, you want to show us how to make
I
it?
sure will. Okay, so we're going to start with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Very easy, easy pie crust. So we're going to do that, and we're going to add a whole stick of cold chopped up butter.
Got to be cold.
It's got to be cold because if it's warm, then it does not mix right. It will not. It will not get to the consistency, which is this is what we're after right here. So you start doing this, and you start mashing up your butter. This is going to be messy. You're going to get it all on your hands.
That's why we're letting Leigh Ann do it.
Yeah, thank you. But make sure you have clean hands when you're doing this because you don't want to add stuff to your pie crust. Okay, so you're going to mash all your butter into your flour, and you're going to think that you've got too much flour. You do not have too much flour. Okay, you really want to get in there and start. Garry, will you add a little bit of salt? We're going to add a little bit of salt to it, just a sprinkle.
Say when.
Okay, keep going.
Go, get some in there first.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And you can use salted butter, but we recommend that you don't, just for the simple fact that you do want to add salt to it and you don't want it to get too salty. Okay, now it's going to get to this kind of consistency. You can see all the little butter flakes. It's not so fine just as regular flour is. So now we're going to start adding ice water, a little bit at a time, probably a tablespoon or two at a time.
Make sure it's cold.
It has to be cold. And then you're just going to really start working it. Okay? All right, you can add some more. And so you can tell it's going to start incorporating and it's going to start clumping up a little bit more, and that's what you want. Okay, a little bit more. It's going to get sticky. It's going to stick to your fingers, and that's okay. That's what you want. Remember, your grandmother used to do this. If you were lucky enough to watch her or your great aunts or whatever, you want to remember how they did it. You want to do it like that too. This is the original way of cooking. This is what you want. Add a little bit more.
Similar to biscuits, but we're not using baking powder.
We're not using baking powder at all. And in your pie crust, you can be as creative as you want. If you want it super sweet, you can add a little bit of sugar. You can add cinnamon to it. Your pie crust, your creation, you make it the way you and your family like it. A little bit more.
That's kind of the motto of this whole
Absolutely.
video series we're doing. Just do
Well,
what you like to do.
That's right. And if you don't have fun doing it, and kids love to make dough. Oh my Lord, they love to get messy. They like to get in the kitchen and help you, and that's a great opportunity to be with your family, to show them the things that your ancestors, your grandparents, your aunts, your moms, whatever taught you. You want to teach them, because once this kind of cooking dies, well, then you're eating at McDonald's for the rest of your life, and you don't want to do that. Okay, so this is probably, I think,
No more water?
No, no more water. So we probably added about, what, 6 tablespoons of
I would
water?
say
Something
5
like
or
that?
6.
Okay, so now, yeah, you can make that. So now you're just going to sit there and you're going to incorporate it together. Get out just a little bit of flour on the thing. Just a little handful on top. Okay, and that's going to kind of, yeah, on this side too. A little bit.
You can tell, guys, that we're really cooking. That wind is whipping out here today.
Okay, so this is about probably enough to make 2 or 3 pie crusts, depending on what size of a pan that you're using. Whenever you do it, you just want to kind of make it into a little ball, and you can cut it then into sections. See what the inside of that looks like? It looks so good with that little piece of hay on there. And then you want to make another little ball, and then you want to make sure before you roll it out that your board is very covered with flour, because you don't want it sticking to your board. Okay?
Enough?
Yep, that's good.
What do you think of your help you have here today, Leigh?
Oh, I think it's awesome. Y'all are great.
I don't think it can be done by just one person. And Garry, flour that too, please.
So what size pan are we using? A 9-inch?
We're going to use a 9-inch pan for this apple pie.
You want to start just gently rolling it out. Because if you mash it down too much, you're going to get a big bubble on either side, and you don't want that. And you're going to start dragging it.
So your recipe that you just did makes 2 crusts?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so if you're making a pie that is like a cherry pie where you want a top crust and a bottom crust, it's perfect. That's the right amount. And this one's not getting out too round, but we'll fix that. So you can go in and you can kind of form it, and then we're going to make it flatter still because this is still, see, that's pretty thick. You don't want that.
So while we're still working on this, I think you guys can figure it out. So we're going to finish this up and put it in, and then when we come back, I'm going to show you how to make the inside of the pecan pie, and then we're going to put it in one of our Dutch ovens and cook it, see how it turns out. So we will be back. Keep watching. All right, welcome back. Look what Leigh Ann did. There's our pie crust. So now I'm going to make the innards for this. Innards, is that the word?
Inside.
Inside of this for us. All right, simple.
Filling.
Filling. I knew we'd think about it. All right, I've got 2 tablespoons of butter in here already in my bowl. I'm going to add 3 eggs.
Did you whisk those? Is that the whole egg?
I have whisked the eggs.
Okay.
And I'm going to add, this is 1 cup of Cuero syrup. This is light. You can use dark if you want. I prefer the light. And we're going to add a tablespoon, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Just measure it. Close enough. 1 cup of sugar. Let's stir that up. And we're almost done, guys, but this is a pecan pie, so we need some pecans. So I've got 1.5 cups of pecans next to me. Now, I like to crush mine. I like a little bite. You can keep them whole if you want to. But what I do is I crush mine and I leave some whole. So you can see here, I've got a little bit of both added in there. Guess what, guys? I hope you didn't blink because we are done. Now all we have to do is add this to the pie, Leigh Ann's famous pie crust. And we're going to put this in a Dutch oven. And when we come back, we will show you how that goes.
Now wait, before you do it, there's another thing. If they want to, after it cooks for a little bit, you can come back and you can add those whole pecans to the top and make it really, really pretty. But this needs to cook a little bit.
And now that's a good suggestion and I will do that sometimes, or make a design. Sometimes I'll just maybe put 3
little
out.
Star or something.
Yeah, a little star or something. But then you can do that as well. So when we come back, you'll see that. Okay, guys. I've preheated this oven. As you can see, this is a Lodge Spider, a number 12. It's been preheating. And if I can find a lid lifter. I've got very little coals on the bottom.
Yes, ma'am.
If you're using regular charcoal, I would say maybe 4 to 6.
What, to hold it down? No.
Set this back in here. I'm going to put some coals on top.
This. It's not quite
and we'll come back.
Or you want to hold
show how it's done. It's probably going to take about 25, 30 minutes, but check it every now and again. Make sure it doesn't burn, and we'll be back. Okay, we just got this pecan pie off the fire with Leigh Ann's crust and my filling, and let's see how it turned out. Guys, if you're doing this in a 350-degree oven at home, you're going to cook it for about an hour, maybe 70 minutes. So keep watching it. Put a toothpick or something in it and make sure it's working. But this thing is still steaming and we're still cooking. So
boiling. Look at that.
So it's looking good, and we can't wait to get this out and try it for everybody. So we'll leave it in here. So as Gary likes to say, we'll see you around the campfire. Y'all keep the party going. You want to say something?
No, I'm just enjoying being with you guys.
We enjoy being with you too, Leigh Ann. We'll see you next time.
Bye.